Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today we are going to be discussing the Liver King. Now, this has been done to fucking death, right? I'm not here to be like, I told you Ali was taking steroids, because actually, I think there's a lot you can take from the Liver King, and there's a lot you can learn from it and implement into your business. And I think it would be naive of us to discredit a whole business based off the fact that he takes steroids, when most of us pretty much knew he did anyway. Like Gen Pop people, you know, Dave in his office at work, fair enough. But I'm talking to fitness professionals here. I'm talking to people who understand the fitness industry. We all knew that anyway, right? We all knew. So me doing a video on that is going to be fucking stupid. However, this man started social media at 41 years old. He posted for 2 years. He's amassed over 5 million followers, and his business turns over £1 million a month. Now, yes, I don't agree with him lying to his audience and taking steroids, and whether he directly claimed that he never had is irrelevant. I still think it would be very, very silly for us to disregard the whole business model just because of that issue. So what I'm going to actually talk to today is the key points that you can actually take positively from the Liver King's business and implement into your own and have better success. The first thing is Liver King's content strategy. All right. This guy, videos, pictures, everything, all right? He lives and breathes this fucking business, all right? When you go on that guy's page, it is very, very clear what the fuck he's about. There is no messing about. There's no confusion. There's nothing. He has a very clear and direct content plan, and he almost literally bangs the same fucking drum for the past 2 years. It's eating organ meat, walking for fucking ages, carrying shit, going out in the morning and walking barefoot and grounding yourself. Do I think he slept on that bed? Probably not. But all of that stuff, right? He lives and breathes it. He's consistently showing how he's living his principles every single day. Whether you agree with them or not, you can go in his social media and you know exactly what this guy's about, which cuts out a lot of confusion in an audience. And some people, and like you've seen, some people polarized, okay? Some people, that's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever seen. Some people were straight in the car on the way to their local fucking abattoir, picking up livers and kidneys and shit like that, and were starting to eat them, all right? Now, that's not to say that, you have to do something as extreme as that, but you have to set your principles within your business, and you have to live them every single fucking day. You have to show yourself living them every single day. You have to encompass A, the result, and B, the mechanism that you're using to get your clients results. You have to be the person they want to be or live like the person they want to be. You also have to follow a similar pattern to what you're expecting your clients to live. And this is where we see coaching businesses fall apart. We see competitive bodybuilders talking about no restrictive diets, then eating a restrictive diet themselves. And it causes a disconnect with their audience that you can't recover from. Your personality does not paper over those cracks that people can clearly see in the difference between your lifestyle and your message, what you're saying and what you're doing. And very wise old man who might have been Lewis's dad said to me, it was Glenn, actually, one of our friends. And we were playing football. He had a phrase that was, don't tell me, show me. And that's something that you should think with your marketing all the time. Don't tell me, show me. Don't talk about it, do it, live it. And if you go into your content, you go into your marketing strategy thinking, right, this is the result I want to get for my clients, and this is the lifestyle that I try and get them to live to do that. If you fucking live and breathe that every single day, people will buy into you. And the best online coaches that I see are the ones that build a tribe around doing this stuff. Tribe is a very apt word, but it's a word that I'd use anyway. But they build a tribe around these principles and these lifestyle habits and the result that they want to get. And they're the people that have the strongest businesses. They have the best clients. They get the best price point because people are bought into them. They trust them and they see the value in what they're doing. So point one, take from that content plan and that marketing strategy, live it. All right, make it a part of you because that's going to get the best results. The second thing Liver King had was a unique system of getting results. And that's something that I think is a massive, massive key for coaches going into 2023. Everyone's promising the same shit now. I'll get you lean in 90 days. Great. I'll get you bigger in 90 days. Great. I'll get you bigger ass in 90 days. Great. There's not really, people aren't doing a lot of work with that. Nothing's seeming new. Everything's seeming bland, right? People have been giving out ad copy swipe files and templated Instagram posts for fucking ages now. And you all sound like the same boring fitness robots. I'll help you lose pounds and regain your confidence in just 90 days. Nobody wants to buy that. It's fucking boring. You need to think about how to add in mechanisms and systems around your offer. Now, Liver Kings was the 5 ancestral tenets. I'm pretty sure it was 5. It definitely was ancestral tenets. 9 ancestral tenets, these things. I was actually going to say them if we could go through them, but just read these. These are the 9 principles that he lives his life by. If I remember rightly, it's like eating organ meat. It's like doing hard shit outside, grounding yourself, basically living like an ancestral person. 8 ancestral tenets. We've got them here. Okay. Oh, fuck. Sleep, eat, move, connect, cold, sun, fight, and bond. I have no idea how they actually fit personally. I wasn't a massive Liver King fan, as in like I didn't watch all of his videos. I had a lot of respect for the business that he built. He has his key principles in his program, and he has his specific way of delivering those key principles, and people buy into systems. All right. People want to believe, true or not, that the last time they tried something like this and failed, it wasn't because of them, it was because of the system that they tried. That's why things like keto are so popular. That's why things like carb cycling, intermittent fasting, carb backloading. Do you remember carb backloading? Carb backloading when I was at university was the best thing ever, right? We convinced ourselves that as long as you trained in an hour window afterwards, you could eat whatever you wanted as long as it was high sugar and low fat. So we would go and raid the Sainsbury's cake counter in Fallowfield after going to Virgin Active at the time. We'd go train at Virgin, we'd come back, we'd raid the Sainsbury's cake counter. And bearing in mind, I was a sports science student at this point, right? I'd fully convinced myself through knowledge, no. Through that I wanted it to be true, yes. Same as Santa Claus when I was younger. When you get to that age and you turn this down if you've got your kids. When you get to that age where you're like, Santa's not real, but it's better if he is. Same ways if your partner's cheating on you. When people know that the partner's cheating on him and they just pretend to themselves that they're not. Just because they're happy in their own little world. That's what these things are. Okay? It creates that sense of comfort that the system will take care of me. Okay? I'm doing the right thing. I believe in this path. And that's what he does really fucking well. Now, I wouldn't say you need to go away and make people sleep on the floor or eat kidney or whatever. I quite like a steak kidney pie. I don't know about... You have to eat it raw. Oh. Not cooked. Do they not eat pies in the ancestral world? Steak and kidney pies in that program, I don't think. I love a steak and kidney pudding is even better than steak and kidney pie. I'm going to be controversial and put it out there, but it's defo better in a pudding. I want one now. There's a chippy around the corner. Yeah. Chippy tea. Right, but he really does care, right? He lives those principles, and then people buy into it, and they feel like they follow a system. And because they follow a system with clear defined rules and boundaries, they buy into it. Weight Watchers, Slimming World, Points, Sins, it's all the same. It's all a unique mechanism of providing a thing. If Weight Watchers said, we help you lose 10 pounds in 90 days, would they be as big as they are? No. And we can sit here and poke holes in it and say, well, that doesn't make sense, and that doesn't make sense, and that doesn't make sense. Cool. They are still a much bigger business than you will ever hope to be. And don't take that personally. They just are. So instead of poking holes in it, let's learn lessons from it. So unique systems is one of those things. We have clients that have things like stealth diet systems, for people that have lots of social pressures to be on a diet. They have my stealth diet system, so you can diet without people even knowing that you're dieting. Okay? Great. Solves a major problem with the audience. We have things like family first nutrition systems that allow you to eat with your family at every single meal without giving that up. So again, it solves one of the major problems. We have 3D diet systems, which is it's broken down into the 3Ds that you need to have with every meal in order to have the best weight loss diet. Again, it's about building a system that that your audience will buy into. But it's a very, very important aspect of building out a program. Does that mean that everyone has to stick to that system when they become a client? Absolutely not. You can give them whatever's best for them. You're the coach. But to have something that sells like fucking hotcakes on the front end, it has to have that kind of difference that people really want to be a part of. So if you find that your coaching program is sounding a little bit like diet plan, training plan, and check-in, and you're trying to like use buzzwords like draw, drop in physique, it's not going to get the job done. Whereas having a unique mechanism will. So that's another thing that you can learn from the Liver King is his mechanisms were extreme, but quite brilliant. Quite brilliant. Okay, the third thing that Liver King has done really well is he's built out a product suite that solves all the problems of his audience that they're having. Okay, so he has people that struggle to implement his principles. He has a coaching program to help them do that. Okay, he has people that struggle to meet the nutritional requirements of his program, so or his principles. So he has a supplement line that covers all those things. Okay, so he knows really, really well what the problems of his audience are. Not so much like on the front end, but he understands when people try and implement these ancestral tenets, the struggles that they have, and he's built a product base and a service base around solving those problems of his audience. That's why it's taken off so much. That's why there's so much money that goes through this company. It's because each of the arms of revenue that he's built solves a direct problem that the audience is having. And that comes from one thing, understanding. If you understand in depth the issues that your potential clients are having and you build things that solve those problems, you will always make money. The reason why you won't make money is if you're trying to solve problems that aren't there, or you're not speaking directly to the right problems. If you're picking random problems out of your head that you think the audience have, and you've done no research and you've done no testing and you've got no data to provide that, it's a 50-50 shot. It's either going to work or it's not. If you spend time, really break down what are the really key frustrations for the people that I work with. What do they really want? What do they really not want to have to do? And you build a program and a service that helps them answer those without doing the things that they don't want to do. You'll always have something that works really well. So that would be one of the other things you can learn from the Liver King. And then finally, my advice would be something to maybe not do, which is the obvious. Keep your integrity as a business owner. Okay? Be honest. I think transparency is the best form of running anything. So like, we're quite open, yeah? If you download our business builder, which I'll put in a link below, just in case you wanted it. All right. Our business builder is to help people start making money with online coaching. It's to help bridge the gap for the people that can't afford to work with us into actually having some money. The reason for that being, I know if I help 2,000 people start a business and get themselves off the ground, there's a good percentage of those people that are going to come and pay us. And I'm fine with that. Our Kickstart program, which is for coaches who make around 2K a month, get them to consistent 5K months. Everybody knows that program is to get them to 5K months so they can pay us for our flagship program, which is our CEO program. We never lie about that. In fact, one of the key things is when they get in, we set them a plan to upgrade into CEO in as little time as possible. But everyone's a winner, okay? Everyone benefits, but we're really clear about it. When we launch our offers, we've never once said spaces are closing, okay? Our business has gone from 0 to 200 plus K a month in less than 12 months without us ever pretending that we've only got X amount of spaces. In fact, there has been a point where I've been sat down with the Kickstart team that was growing that quickly, but like, yo, we don't have enough coaches to coach this program. Like, we're struggling here. We're at breaking point. And I'm like, do not fucking dare close the doors on that program. We'll make it work. We'll find the coaches. Because that's what a good business, I think, would do. We'd meet the demand. We don't want to artificially tap it off, not for the kind of business that we want to grow. And we're always really clear about that. We don't lie and say that things are closing for Christmas, even though it's just because I'm going on holiday and I can't be arsed signing people up. It's about being transparent with things. If you say, I'm only looking to take on 5 clients when, it's quite clear to tell that you can take on 50, it's bullshit. Like, if you say, I'm going to do a price increase, and everyone knows that you're not, because you don't change prices in the last 3 years, you're not going to now. Be transparent with your audience. Be really clear. This is the reason why I'm doing this, and this is the benefit to me, and this is the benefit to you. And if you do that, you will get much more buy-in from your audience. Now, do I think that Liver King has ruined his business by this? I don't think he has, to be fair. I think he's built that strong of a brand that people will be like, well, even if I look half as good as he does, I'll still be all right, which is madness. Like, he's almost built that much goodwill with his audience that they're allowing him this slide. And it's a fucking big slide, like, don't get me wrong. But I feel like most people knew anyway. So it probably, whatever amazing success he would have had, it's probably already been affected. But the people that buy from him still buy from him because they trust him about everything else and they really like who he is and he does all the other things right. So that's not to say if you get everything else right, you can be a liar. But also, you know, your audience will kind of get to know you anyway. So I feel like most of his audience has kind of already twigged that he took steroids anyway, had come to peace with it themselves, and have still decided to do their program. The easiest way to know that is to trust your audience with the truth anyway. And if you trust your audience with the truth, you'll quickly find out where your audience lie with you, and then you can act accordingly. So that's all I've got to say on the steroids matter, because like I said, speaking to the fitness industry, I'd like to think most of us were clever enough to figure that out from day dot. Because, I mean, I do know some people that are natural that look like him, but they're not 41-year-old men. I'll tell you that for free. 44? Shit, son. They're definitely not 44-year-old men. And they are genetic freaks and have been that way since they were small children. So yeah, hopefully that gives you some good insights into how to learn the lessons from somebody who's built a 8-figure business within 2 years, because that's what we should be looking at this at. And a little warning that you didn't need of lying to your audience, because you shouldn't be doing that anyway. And I would like to think most of you are clever enough to figure that out. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the implementation of actually building a business from ground up, like I said, the business builder will be in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you notify yourself for more videos on me talking shit about other people's businesses that I have no right to.